Okay, let's get to work. So I will go ahead and remove that holding screw. So as you see, when they put the drywall, they cut it probably with the rotor zipper. I mean, it's really not straight cut, and you have a space between drywall and box. And if this is outside wall, definitely you're gonna have a lot of cold air winter time, and most likely a lot of hot air coming in. So there's a way how to protect that. I'll show that in a different video. So, and again, double check if you have power. So nothing here. Make sure you check both of them, because sometimes that outlet can be switched outlet and you can have power on both of them. So I will go ahead and remove that. So the main reason I'm replacing is because I found out that most of the outlets in my house are backstab, and in the electrician language that means that usually 15 amp circuits with a 14 gauge wire are getting backstabbed, and that can cause a lot of issues, especially on the wires getting loose, and that's it. So let me go ahead and check one more thing. I got this tester, so I'm not getting anything here. You always also can use a multimeter. Do this, put one of the ends on the ground, the other one here. As long as it shows 0, that means nothing's going on there. So in that case, because it's backstabbed, as you see here, these things can get loose, and when they get loose, they will create a called micro sparks. And those micro sparks actually can make your outlet have this kind of buzzing sound, or they can melt the whole outlet. So let's go ahead and you can use a small screwdriver, basically put it in here, but in that case I will just go ahead and cut that. I don't need it, and I have long enough wires actually, so I can do this. I'm gonna strip, and that's a pretty good length actually. I'm gonna strip all those wires. And when you have 4 wires, that means that this outlet is receiving power and it's feeding another outlet. In that case, inspect the box, inspect the ground. Is really important. If there is a clamp, it should be some kind of connection. And basically what I'm gonna do is just like you shape it like that. Okay. So now outlet is ready to go. So this is a regular outlet, it's not a GFCI outlet, so it does not matter which way you put those, as long as if you put a GFCI outlet, there will be a different situation where you need to watch which is the line or which is the load. In that case, it doesn't matter really. You to attach the plate in 2 places instead only one in the middle, like this one attaches in the middle. The corer plates, let me show you. Actually, it will attach on 2, and because somebody decided to cut it this way, a regular plate's not gonna do it, so I have to get a bigger plate. I have those plates purchased from Home Depot, and it says somewhere that they are like 3/8 of an inch larger. So that works really well for me. So in that case, I'm ready to go ahead and install my outlet, and in that case I will go ahead and start with the ground. Make sure, this is something which I learned based on experience, you put the wire this way because you tighten the screw actually that way, because if you put it backwards, it is possible when you tighten it that wire to come out. So this is small things which you learn from experience. Okay, let's go ahead and put that one in. Go ahead and tie this. Make sure it's nice and tight, and I'm using that special type of screwdriver. You probably want to see that it's got a small square, and it looks like a straight, but it's got a small square in the front, in the middle. Sorry. So the silver screws are always the neutral, and gold screws are always your hot, but gotta be always connected. If it's not a switched outlet, if a switched outlet, that thing needs to be removed. You can do it with the pliers. I'm not going to do it in that case because this is not a switched outlet. So I will go ahead and connect my neutral. So the main reason I'm doing that again is because, again, I don't like to have outlets which are backstabbed. So as you see, when I tie this, that's a really good tight connection. And one of the main reasons a lot of outlets are not working is loose connection. So in this case, I make wiring work better or more secure. So I will go ahead and do my hot now. As you see, my hot are nice and tight, my neutrals nice and tight, my ground nice and tight. Now is the time to put it back in. One important thing is make sure you push your ground back so it does not touch anything. Make sure those wires, if they're too long, you push them up so you can put your outlet easy in. And again, if this was outside wall, I will fill this crack here with maybe coke. Some people put a foam, but in that case, this is just a indoor wall. It's not gonna make any huge difference. You can always do it, but in that case, I will probably not do it. So I'm getting my Phillips screwdriver and I can attach my outlet. And sometimes those boxes, if they are not flush completely, like in that case, the top is a little bit in, you can always get a pliers and use those kind of like a small ears, just twist them a little bit so you can create a better connection. Basically, it's going to be tighter and it's not going to be crooked. So let me go ahead and tie this. Inspect your ground again. You can get a flashlight just to inspect to see if everything looks good on the wires. Nothing is touching and everything is nice and tight. Okay. So if you don't like the way your outlet is leaning, you can always use your pliers just to navigate a little bit. Make sure it's straight and nice. Okay, that one looks good. Okay, that's better. And it is time to go ahead and put the plate, and this is the wrong one, of course. So my plate, it will cover this. Let me show you pretty quick actually what's happening with if you put a regular plate. This is a regular plate, so let me go ahead and open this one. If this box was cut properly, regular plate will work fine, but you see what's happening here and here, so I had to go buy a little bit bigger, which are oversized plates, so you get a better look. So make sure, okay, that's it. Okay, and nice and flush. So that's it. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, see you next time.